Make sure that it's recording. And it is recording. Excellent. So welcome to this edition of Product Insider for our wonderful and amazing leaders. Happy to see you guys here today. We appreciate you coming. Remember, everything that's, comes in, that's said in this room stays within leaders. And you can talk to any leader you want about this, but, it's not something you want to go posting around all the time until stuff gets released. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the fabulous, the amazing, the fantastic Irene. And she's going to give you a lowdown on what's happening with Jira Mobile for cloud.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mandy. And hi, everyone that has joined me today. Let me just share my screen. I'm going to start with just some slide deck, and then I'll give you a live demo. So hopefully everything works well today. I never know with live demo. All right, so yeah, today I'm just gonna talk you through what's new in Jira Cloud mobile apps. My name is Irene Ongkowijaya, product manager in the Jira Cloud mobile team. I've been in Atlassian for 5 years now. Moved 3 different teams, but I've been in the mobile team, the best team ever, for 3 years or so. What else about me? I originally came from Indonesia. That's where I grew up, but I've moved to Australia 20 years ago, and I still can't shake this accent. Very, very strong accent. Everyone will know that I grew up somewhere else. Other fun fact about me is that I'm not loyal to iPhone or Android. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing, but every time I switch phone, I always try to change OS just so that I'm, always up to date with what's new on each platform. Currently, I'm on iPhone. I've been using it for 2 years. I might change to a Pixel soon. So during the live demo, you'll see iPhone, but that doesn't mean I don't love Android. Today, I'll take you through a quick walkthrough of our offering. What devices do we cover? What products do we cover? And then the meaty bit is the what's new. So what's shipped recently, what's coming up. And then, it's just, it's very casual here. So just ask questions whenever. You can interrupt me whenever. And yeah, I'll try my best to answer your questions. Hopefully at the end of it, you'll feel more confident in using and championing Jira mobile apps. So let's start with our offering. So we have native apps on iOS and Android. We cover obviously mobile devices, phones, but also the apps are very much optimized for tablets, even for foldable devices, which is new in the market, not really mainstream yet, but I have seen our community leaders actually using the Surveys Duo, which is really good to see. We covered the 3 main Jira products: Jira Software, Service Management, and Jira Work Management. We have in the past placed a lot more focus on Jira Software, but we have had increase in investment for Jira Service Management. So you might have seen more and more JSM features being built into the app, and there's a lot more in plan as well. So if you are passionate about Jira Service Management, there are more to come. For Jira Work Management, besides the board and issue details, we haven't yet put a focus on this as much. I mean, the new Jira Work Management also has only been launched recently, so we haven't put in the time to add like the forms, those fabulous things. But yeah, we might be soon. Just a quick demo on the app itself first, just a quick walkthrough. I don't know how much you guys have used the app before, but this is just a quick look at the layout and what you can find. So user lands at home. This is where you'll find your most recent projects, boards, queues, issues. So hopefully we want you to land here and straight away find what you're looking for without needing to search a lot, search deeper into the app. So this is my most recent filter that I use, my most recent Jira Service Management queue, board, and this is my recent board as well, a project. Oh, I always try to scroll on my using the mouse, but it's on my phone. So, and this is all my recent issues as well. And then you can see this is the last month one and more than a month ago. And we just break it down by time there. You can create issue on the top right. And then on the navigation at the bottom, you'll see projects, issues, dashboards, and notifications. Projects is, makes sense, is a list of your most recent projects, and you can start them as well, and it will come up to be in your start section. So there's a shortcut for your most favorite projects. Issues, you have the start filters, recent filters, and all your other filters. The same, if you start one, it will go up there, and you can search issues. I'll talk more about the search issues later because we've had recent updates on this. Dashboards, this is a new edition as well, a newish edition. Dashboards is actually one, like for the past 2-3 years of mobile app. This is the highly requested feature. Users, I think there's a lot of our users that start their day on dashboards. That's how they start the Jira day. They look into what's going on, if there's anything assigned to them. So it depends on what gadget they use in the dashboard. So they really rely on this to know what's going on. So we've added a lot of gadgets. I have a slide deck on this later. But yeah, so that's dashboards. And this is notifications. So the content is the same as your notifications drawer on the web. So anything that you're watching assigned to you where you are mentioned, there's filters. I'll talk more about that. And there are some more options there. You can mark for last read, clear all, or manage your push notification settings, where it's great because then if you think that Jira app is giving you too much push notifications, you can say that, hey, no, just send me those where I am assigned or where I have reported the issue. I don't want anything with watching. So yeah, you can just turn on or off anything that you want there. Last thing is the account. So if you tap on your photo on the top left, this is where you can switch side, which is really easy to do. Working in Jira, in Atlassian, you have so many sites there, but yeah, but it's great. It's easy for me to just switch between those, invite people, again, push notification settings. Yeah, and you can see what's new in the app for that last version. So that's that. I'll just continue my slide deck. So the things that I'll be sharing today around what's new, recently shipped, and coming up. I'll talk around more ways to search, timing notifications, better commenting, and viewing dashboards. So let's start with more ways to search. So just recently, we've shipped JQL into the app. So JQL is something that we've tried to hold off for a very long time. We don't actually think that our users would like to type JQL on a mobile phone, but we keep getting increasing requests for this. And we've added a lot of filters, right? Like we just added new filters, reporter and component, like that drop down, like the basic search. And now we're like, okay, let's now start adding JQL and see what the customer feedback is. So the one I'll show it to you later, but this is actually the most recent mock-up of how it's gonna look. The one I'm gonna show you actually out of date. But yeah, you will see that underneath the search bar, there's a switch to JQL. And then you can type in your JQL. You can save that filter. I mean, you type a JQL, you should be able to save it because you know, like you might be very specific to what you're searching for. And you can edit the filter as well next time and resave it again. And you can go back to basic search if you like. So what has been shipped is being able to type in the JQL and that will return a search result. But we haven't yet shipped the suggestion. So the suggestion will be coming up very, very soon. But there is a color syntax there. If you see the example on the right, so you know that you are doing the right thing, and it also like give you a proper error message if you're not typing the right JQL. But the suggestion is coming up soon. So let me just switch back to this. Issues. So like I mentioned, what I have on my app actually is outdated. The design that I show you is the latest one that will be updated to that version very soon. But yeah, there's advanced search. So if I type in project, even just like that, it show me all of my issues in that project. I can save the search. I will take you back to your filters, and that there you go, save this please. That's the one that I've just saved. There's no edit filter here yet, but if we go back to the designs, there will be an edit filter, and yeah, and you can just make your changes and resave it again. So that's more ways to search. Notifications. A few things we've done here. There's I'll just show it to you. There is the filtering. So your in-app notifications list, like your notifications drawer, might be really long, and it might be hard for you to find out what actually matters to you the most. So you can filter by two things. One is by unread, and the other one is by direct. Direct means that only show you notifications where you are mentioned or assigned. So the ones that are really important that that needs your attention. Another thing we've added is from notification screen, is a lot easier to comment or reply to that notification. So there's a quick reply, and there's also an adding a reaction. So straight from notification screen. Let me show that to you first. Okay, so let's do filtering. So I'm just gonna say, let's just show me the ones that I have unread. Or actually the one I have so far is everything I haven't read, but let's read this one. So when I go back and just refresh that list, that one should disappear. Because this is just the one that I've unread. And then direct, only show notifications for issues you assign or mention on. So I turn that on, and it's only that one because I was mentioned there. So I can turn that back off, and everything else will come back. And then a quick reply. So there's a reply link underneath the comment. If I tap on that, I will reply to that person directly. So without having to go issue details and type the user's name, this means I reply, and straight away the issue details with the comment bar up, and the person's replying to me, and the person that sent that comment to me, I'll be replying to. So that's that. We also have the same reply inside the issue details for quicker reply, and also reactions where you can just say, hey, yep, I like that. These two things we've added to make your experience in the Jira mobile app a lot more efficient. Like user on mobile, they don't want to type what unnecessary. So if you can react really quickly, or you can just quickly reply without having to type the person's name and search for the correct person, that will save users a lot of time. Another thing here is, I don't know whether you've seen this before, we have inline reply from push notification. So you get a push notification and you can reply to it straight away without even opening the app. And we've also added recently, remind me. So you've seen a really important notifications on the go, you're not ready to reply on it. You say, please remind me again in 30 minutes. Let's see whether I should still have, always happen. Let me try. Okay. I have two Irene, so sometimes I get confused on which Irene I'm trying to message. As hello. Is the right one? Maybe the other one. Oh, no, yeah, okay, that is fine. Ah, yeah, there you go. There you go. If I say reply, I can reply straight away here without opening the app. So, hello, and send. And it just goes away. Or you can say, remind me in 30 minutes. And it goes away and I will remind you again in 30 minutes. That was my reply. But yeah, so that's notifications. It's good when the demo works. Next, around commenting. So we try to make commenting easier as well. Like I mentioned before, we want users' experience on the mobile devices to be a lot more efficient and faster. I showed the quick reply and adding a reaction. And a new thing that we just shipped is suggested responses. So you've seen this in Gmail. You reply to an email and there's suggested responses. And this is a good one for when you don't really have to reply with a lengthy reply back. They say, yep, it's all going good. Agree with this, looks good, all fine. But it also can be just a good way to start your discussion. And another thing is we've added in that comment activity, user is not able to see view issue history, the whole history of the issue. We didn't have this for a while, and it's also one of the most requested feature by users. And also sorting content by newest or oldest first. Let me just show it to you. Let's see. I'll go to this one. Okay, there you go. You can see the suggested responses. Love it. Nice work, on track. So I can just say love it. And then so it again, it just add mentioned that user's name with the suggested response that you chose. Love it. And you can still add more things to it. And then, yep. This one, comment. So you can see all the issue history behind this. This was created, and then I also can change the comment from oldest first or newest first. That's commenting. Dashboards. So I've shown a little bit of dashboards before. That has been rolled out on iOS for a few months now, but it's just got shipped on Android. So it's still new on Android. While on iOS, we are already working on the next step, which is adding even more gadget support. If you know dashboards on Jira, it has a lot of variety of gadgets that user can choose from. And for us, it's actually an effort to add one by one the support for it. And these are the ones on the right here. You can see the list of the gadgets that we have supported. We selected those based on popularity and how many users actually use those gadgets. So we've supported assign to me, filter results, pie chart, issue statistic, activity stream, and we're currently working on adding created versus resolved chart and also projects gadget. Let me show that to you. So this is my gadget test dashboard. So if you have multiple dashboard in that Jira instance, you can just select between which in the list, like which one you actually want to view. So this is my activity stream, which we have just launched. So you go back to the issue directly. So this is all interactive. You can see when was it last refreshed, and then this is the filter statistics. The 2-dimension filter statistics are usually just like a 2x2 table. Issue statistic by JQL query. This is a gadget where it's based on a filter, so just returning all the issues under the filter, the same as assigned to me. Trying to find one that looks pretty. There you go, pie chart. This is an assigned to Irene filter. So I can see that there are 6 issues assigned to me in a Scrum NG project, as a 4 on the other projects and 2 on the other project, with a total of 12 issues. So they all look nice. And then when you tap on any of them, you are taken to the list of that issues. So all of these gadgets are interactive. And yeah, and you can update it as well if you reckon that 40 minutes ago things have changed. And we add this feedback like a note for users, just like, hey, you might notice that some gadgets are missing because we haven't supported all of them yet, but we are working through them. So if you do have a particular gadget that you really would like to request for us to support, send feedback. And that's also how we got to our second batch of supported gadgets for iOS that we're working on now based on customer feedback. So yeah, so that is dashboards. Bonus, one last thing, just like Apple likes to do. I just would like to show this that we just been added also for JSM. So everything that you saw before that I've mentioned, they work for all Jira products. You know, like the quick reply, suggested responses, dashboards, they all work for all products. There's a couple of work going on actually that's only for Jira service management, and this is one of them. So for JSM, you can, for a ticket, like if there's a help desk ticket, you can get someone in the company to approve or decline that request. And user can now do that approval or decline on the go, on the mobile app. So you see the list here, the one on the left, this request requires your approval, and then this user can approve or decline. And then on the third screen, as the agent for that help desk ticket, you can add approvers. And the one on the right is managing the approver list. So you can add, just the name, put in the name and select who you want to add as an approver. The one I don't have the image here is you can now also add group approver. I don't know if you're familiar with that on JSM. So instead of a particular name, like say Mandy, it can be like, you know, like what will be called like managers or whatever. And then there's like 3 people in that manager list. And so you can just say, yep, let's add all the managers, and then any of them can approve rather than just particular one person. Yeah, so that's the JSM features. Yeah, so that's it from me, really. If you are interested to be the first to always get the latest update, join our iOS test flight or Google Play beta list. You can just join that through the App Store, Play Store description listing. There's a link there. If there's any problem, just hit me up in the community post. And yeah, I can help you get to be in the list. And then you'll be the first people to get the update, and you can help provide feedback. Don't stop sharing first. I see there's a couple of things in the chat. Is there a question for me?
Oh, no, we're just having a little smarty pants talk in the chat.
What accents? Yes, that's what my husband's been telling me. Do not lose your accent.
Yeah, Irene, that was really good. This is Jack. I really appreciate the demonstration. While I haven't used the mobile apps a tremendous amount, I do use it from time to time, and I've been real impressed with how much functionality is being added and continuing to be added. And primarily, I think the reason why I don't use it a lot is my primary use is administration, and so the administration is obviously limited for obvious reasons in the mobile app. So I don't know if there's plans to change that, but it's, you know, looking at what you've just demonstrated, and I was actually switching over to Jira just to try some of the things out myself and refamiliarize myself with it. It's quite powerful, particularly on a tablet. You know, you got enough real estate to do things that I think are useful. But I'd love to see, some level of administration in those applications, just because I think
Yeah.
a lot of ways they're faster. You can do things a little more smartly, I think, sometimes with these apps as well. So,
Is there anything in particular, Jack, administration functions that you would like to see on mobile?
well, some of the key things for me is, the things that I do the most that I could certainly see me using on my tablet, maybe even my phone. User management is always an important thing. Somebody's requesting access, or a lot of times we have a lot of internal users that are portal only customers in our JSM world. And then later they need full access. And so the ability to migrate them over is important. The other is getting into project settings of doing automation. I do a lot of automation, so I think it'd be awesome if that could be done. It's a little real estate heavy, so that might be a bit of a challenge, but it's certainly a nice thing to do. Other things, other things like adding components is probably something that I do pretty frequently, and some of our project managers do. So hard to say exactly which ones I use the most. It seems like I'm all over the place, but those are, to me, pretty important.
Amazing.
Yeah, and the dashboard stuff that you showed is very interesting as well. It's pretty impressive that you're able to show a good bit of data clearly in a small amount of space, which is nice. And I use dashboards quite a bit, so I'm looking forward to the Creative versus Resolve. That's one of my favorite widgets.
Coming up very, very soon. Being worked on as we speak.
Awesome.
That's good. Thank you for that, Jack. Let me just show you. Yes, so like you said, we don't have as much admin features as yet. Still trying to see what are the most useful for admin that they want to do on the go. That's maybe more time pressing, that they, they prefer not to wait until they get to a desktop. In terms of project settings, I think the team managed project has opened up more capabilities for the features supported in. It's just a lot easier to, as a user, to manage them. So like this is an example of a TMP project, and then you can go to the settings, and then the feature list that you see on the web is a lot easier to use. I would say because it's just a toggle of on and off. You can do that as well on mobile. So we're trying to support more and more of these features. So you can see that there's some that's still only available on desktop, but we're trying to grow the list here above more and more, so just that it's easier for users to toggle it. For users in users management, like you say, requesting access, you're right. I think that will be something that we can take a look at. Currently, we only have inviting users to a certain product to the ins. But yeah, thank you for that feedback. Really, really useful. I've written it down.
Great. Any questions, Jack or Howard? Any remaining questions for the day? All right. Cool. Irene, anything else you wanted to share with our wonderful leaders here? Or?
I have one other question, and it's really more of a it's not specific with the app. What's the I guess you guys have a means of tracking the usage of it. I'm just wondering how effective has the product become, and how many people are starting to adopt it and use it. And the only reason I kind of ask is in the community, when I'm answering questions and so forth, I don't see a lot of questions on the app. Occasionally I do, with problems and so forth stated, but I think that's I attribute that primarily to the fact that the most people that are coming to the community for answers are really kind of dealing with administrative things. And as we talked about before, that's not the primary platform to do administration on projects and so forth. But I was just interested in understanding is, because you guys have invested a great deal of time and it looks great, I'm just interested in understanding how things are trending as far as the usage, if you know that.
Yeah, the usage is good. It's very, very decent, like, and it's growing really well. But I think for Jira, for a while at least, it will still be a desktop first world, right? The amount of like feature sets is just such a powerful product, and mobile now is more of a companion app. So, it was interesting to see in the COVID past 2 years, the usage has new users adoption has slowed down because users were not commuting, no business trips, but people that actually know that are using it often. Which is for us, it's like mind-blowing. Like, oh, maybe because these users know and already used to the app, they use it a lot more when they are, like working from home and they're just in the kitchen making lunch, like so that they can still respond to things. But this year it has grown stronger again, doing really well. And in terms of community feedback, you're right, there's not as much in community, but we got a lot of feedback through our in-app feedback, and also we have Play Store and the App Store. There are people tend to leave reviews on the app stores. So maybe that's why, maybe that's why a lot of people just like, it's easier for them to leave feedback there, although we do love if people leave it in community so that we can reply to them directly.
Right. And I think for in my business, the majority of the people that are using the mobile app are those that are agents for JSM, because for like IT support and so forth, and they may be at home, get a late ping, they're not going to run over to their computer, they're just going to open up their mobile phone or what have you, and so they use it quite a bit. And I think for JSM, it seems to be a really good fit to have a nice mobile application.
We've been a really good uptake with JSM. JSM only officially supported in the app, I think 2 years after the app was launched, and actually the uptake in terms of adoption percentage went straight higher than Jira software. So you're right, you're totally spot on. And that's why investment for JSM are growing, and we are going to release a lot more features on JSM from there. It'll be good to see, like, if you can also like send through feedback on like ask agents in your company, what would like they see from the mobile app. Would love to hear.
Okay, good. I will do that. Thank you very much for your demonstration and answering the questions.
Thank you for your questions, Jack. Very, very useful feedback.
Thanks, guys. And thank you, Irene, for all that awesome information. And I think you're right, Jack, that use case of the ITSM administrator with JSM, like being on call 24-hour and needing to like get up out of bed and like, approve a ticket or something like that, instead of having to like, trot down the hall. There's definitely something going there. I love that. Cool. All right. Well, if that's it, we can wrap up. Thank you so much, Howard and Jack, for coming. This has been awesome. You'll get your additional product insider badges. Howard, you're going to win all of them. You're going to be the king. Got to think of a really good prize for you. And then thank you, Irene, for taking the time to prepare for us and share this with the leaders. There's nothing I love more than seeing our leaders and our product teams connect. So this is really great. And thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to stop recording now. And yeah, there